How you doing out there, everyone? I want to take a few minutes to give you the top ways during this global pandemic, this ongoing crisis, this environment that we live in, unlike anything we've ever seen before. I want to help you with the top 5 ways, in my opinion, you can allow gratitude to help you grow as a person, how it helped me grow through all of my trials and tribulations. I think it's critical during this time period that we focus more on gratitude than anything else. And I'll tell you why. Top 5 things here in a second. Some quick background. For those of new who have not seen my content before or are new to my channel, I want to thank you most importantly for taking time out of your schedule to allow me into your world. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe. I'll have a bunch of stuff on the bottom here as far as trying to do that for you to help my channel grow and outreach. My goal is to try to get my message to as many people as I can to see if I can truly help people in this dark, crazy world we live in, trying to get better each and every day and trying to grow as a person like I have. A quick background of my story for those that don't know. June of 2018, almost 2 years ago, I had a series of terrible events in my life that led me to be hospitalized. I actually passed away for 9 seconds. Came back from that, had a litany of illnesses and conditions that caused me to still be recuperating and rehabbing my injuries some 2 years later. Basically lost everything in my life to achieve this goal of getting healthier and wiser and happier. But in order to do that, I've had to suffer through quite a bit. 2 years of rehab, 2 years of wound care. Wounds covered close to about a third of my body. Suffered from a heart attack, kidney failure, renal failure, just a slew of different things that have caused me to have to get a second start at life and restarting my life. So let's get back to how gratitude can help you. The first thing gratitude can help you do is it can increase your personal happiness. If you are grateful for what you have in life, you tend to focus less on what you don't have and what you do have in life. It's critically important to focus upon what makes you happy every day and to be grateful for what makes you happy. It doesn't matter what small thing it might be. It might be your morning routine. It might be coffee in the morning. It might be a certain place for lunch. If you're on the job, a certain place to take your break, a certain activity during your break. What's critical to do is to be grateful to have the opportunity to have these things throughout your day and to always remember in the back of your mind that there's somebody out there that doesn't have what you do. By showing gratitude, you're not being cocky or arrogant or egotistical for being grateful to what you have. You're showing consideration and appreciation for what you do have, because that's what's important. Focusing upon what you have in life, not what you don't have in life. When all you focus upon is what you don't have, you then become less happy, more negative, focusing on things that truly don't matter, possessions and things that aren't really at the base of what make you happy as a person. Okay? Second thing to focus upon is how it can change your perspective on life. I think what's critical about having gratitude as far as how it can change your perspective is that when you change your perspective, it changes your outlook on life. As you change your outlook, you're allowed to see things differently. And I think you can see things differently when you change how grateful you are for what you have. If you're constantly looking through a lens, if you will, of what I don't have, why this person has that, why this person is better off than I am, why they have more, why they've been more successful, as opposed to focusing upon yourself, you'll quickly come to a realization that you're never going to be happy. Back to the first thing. If you change your perspective on what you do have, what you are grateful for, what you do appreciate, you'll learn quicker than you can possibly imagine, that you're able to focus on how thankful you are and how much you really do have. For instance, I'm in a medical facility, still rehabbing injuries, still recouping from all of my illnesses. It's been almost 2 years now. 2 years away from my life that I had gotten used to, my life that I had gotten comfortable with. I can easily dwell upon that all day, every day, because my life is ripped away from me. I don't have the life I once had for 39 years. Or what I could do is be incredibly grateful for the fact that I have a life to live at all. Because for 9 seconds, I didn't. For 9 seconds, I perished. For 9 seconds, Chris didn't exist. So what's critical is that I remember, and you remember, about your perspective on what you have as opposed to what you don't have. If you remind yourself of that, you'll be a lot more equipped to get through any little small thing throughout your day you might have that might slow you down or that might affect your happiness. Number 3, the third thing in my opinion, is how it changes how you appreciate things. Gratitude allows you to appreciate the little things in life more, because if you change your viewpoint, your perception, and your happiness as to what you actually do have, you'll be more appreciative for life's little gifts. Let me give you an example of that. I have a lot of individuals close to me that get bogged down in the daily process and the daily grind of going to work and traffic and morning meetings and webinars, and during this global pandemic, Zoom meetings or online meetings, and a lack of human interaction. And once again, back to the earlier topics, if you let those things bog you down, you don't appreciate what you have or what life gives you. So as opposed to being upset because you had to have an hour drive in, or an accident, or forgot your morning coffee, or forgot your lunch, or whatever the process is, whatever thing that might seem little to others but big to you, that might alter and affect your day, if you show gratitude for what you do have and not what you don't, it allows you to appreciate new things that come into your life. I am stuck at a facility that I, quite frankly, don't like being in. It's not the best, it's not the worst place in the world. But the fact that I'm allowed every day to wake up and to be around people who have less than I do, about people who have worse situations than I do and have much worse histories than I do, people who have been through significantly more than I even have, people who have significantly less than I do. What it allows me to do, if I remember that and always think about how grateful I am, not that I'm not them, because that creates a negative atmosphere, which you don't want to do during this time period. What that does is that allows me to appreciate what I do have. And so when I'm given a gift of gratitude, when somebody offers to send me a care package or a letter or a card or a phone call or reaches out to me, the impact upon me is huge. The average person might not care if their friend gives them a call, but put somebody in my situation, in my environment, and a simple phone call or a simple letter or a simple message can change my day tremendously. And when you affect my day and I'm in a better spirit and I'm in a better person because I'm thankful and I'm grateful that somebody reached out to me, it allows me to truly feel grateful for what I have, not for what I don't. And that is so important. Number 4, and most important probably during this time period, is how it can change your mood through this global pandemic. I think it's easy for all of us, even as we open up now and we're starting to get things back more in life, more importantly possibly now than ever, as things reopen, is for us to be grateful and show gratitude that these things are open now, that these things are a part of our life, that these things are available for us to enjoy when we previously couldn't enjoy them for 2 and 3 months going into this 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks. What's critical for us is that we value these things that we took for granted for so long. How many times did you wish you could go hang out with a buddy that you previously ignored a phone call from or ignored a text? Or how many times did you get, hey man, how are you doing? Or a phone call from a friend and you just didn't feel like talking to him because you were binge watching something on Netflix, or you were binge watching something on Hulu, or whatever you were doing at the time period. You just cast that aside, you moved on because you got other things to worry about or do, or you just didn't feel like it because you weren't having a good day because you couldn't see your friends and you couldn't leave the house and you got tired of ordering out or tired of having struggle food all the time because you couldn't get groceries or because there was a 4-day wait to get a Walmart app or however it works. If you're grateful for what you're allowed to have going forward, you no longer think about what you didn't have before. And it's that moving forward mentality by being grateful for what you have that allows you to alter your mood during this time period, which is so critical for every one of us to keep your spirits high, your moods high. Even as we open up, as things get easier, it's still going to be hard. Just because your local salon is opening up to get a haircut or your nails done doesn't mean that it's going to magically make you feel whole and better again. You're still going to come back home and you're still not going to be able to do the things you want to do. You're still going to be asked to do things by businesses and your workplace that you might not like to do, but you have to because that's the world we live in. It's going to alter your mood. Instead of being upset because you have to do these things, be grateful that you're even given the opportunity to be grateful that you're given a chance to go back to the salon, to go back to your local establishment, to have lunch with your spouse or your significant other or your partner. Be grateful. And last but not least, how it affected me personally is through all of my crisis, through all of my situation, through what got me through my hard times, was being grateful that I can even wake up. I think it's the number one thing people take for granted in this world today is that we overlook how blessed we are to have the opportunity to wake up every single day and make an impact in this world, to make a change in the world that you see and the world that I see. Being able to wake up just to be able to get the wound care I had to get, just to be able to get the little physical therapy I was able to get, just to be able to get the medication I need, just to be able to get a phone call, just to be able to check a Facebook post or an Instagram post, or to be able to watch a video on YouTube or any of that stuff, just to be able to do that, I was so happy and so thankful for, because just like that, man, just like that, it can be taken away from you. 2 years ago, coming up in a couple of weeks, 2 years ago exactly, I had that taken away from me, all of it, snatched away from me in a heartbeat. And I made a series of mistakes that I'll highlight on in the future videos, of what not to do, or if I could talk to my old self. Because I made those mistakes, all that got taken away from me in a snatch. In the snap of the fingers, it was gone. Gratitude, gratefulness, the ability to just be thankful for whatever I had, got me through every step of my recovery, every step of my process, every lonely night in a hospital room staring at ceiling tiles, every lonely afternoon in a hospital staring out of a dark and cloudy window like it is today with rain and nothing else to go off of. Every day I wondered if anybody would come see me, if I would get any sort of good news. Being grateful to receive anything kept me going. And even when doctors told me I wouldn't walk again, I wouldn't leave my bed again, I would never be able to do things on my own, I would never hold a job again, I would never be able to do the things I love. Even when I was told that, when I was at my lowest point in life, I remembered tomorrow will be a new day. I must be grateful for the opportunity to have a new day. And that got me through. So, those were my 5 tips for you to help you through this global pandemic, this ongoing crisis, through any part of your day, pandemic or not. How gratitude can help you grow and enlighten yourself as a person. And I promise you, it's made my life so much better, and it can make yours better. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please check out the description below for all of my information about my channel. Like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear from every one of you, I promise. If you comment, I will comment back to you. If you have a story to share, please share it with me. I'm so happy and grateful to be able to share my story with you. Thank you.